Oh, pardon me 1 second. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay. That's much better. Oh, and I see. Hold on. Let me do something else. Boom. What's going on over here? Okay. All right. Okay, that should be a bit better. I have my sleeping sound, the sound of rain, because everybody knows how much I love intense heat. I'm gonna have to start getting used to it though. Because the idea is, ideally, that in 2 years, the area I'm kind of thinking about in my mind, the area I'm thinking about, where Texas meets Louisiana, somewhere around there. So I'm doing a lot of searching around online for what kind of parts of the country I should plan on first getting to, and then from there, like, branching out. That was like kind of the first place I was thinking of. So I guess that would be East Texas. Yeah. So anyway, I want to thank everybody. Thank you for recently some people gave me a bit of some contributions, and yes, they will come in very handy, and use them wisely. And it actually allowed me to kind of make a next step toward leveling up, toward becoming a sole proprietor and stuff like that. So thank you very much. But enough waffling. Let us begin. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So there was another soliloquy by Job, and now is the response from Zophar the Naamathite, chapter 11. Then Zophar the Naamathite said in reply, "Is a multitude of words unanswerable? More a loquacious person be right? Your prattle may silence men. You may mock without being rebuked, and say, my doctrine is pure, and I have been innocent in your sight." Pardon me 1 second. Tropical the island breeze here. All right, there we are. But would that God might speak and talk to you himself. He would tell you the secrets of wisdom, for there are many sides to sagacity. And now that God has overlooked you for some of your iniquity, know that God has overlooked for you some of your iniquity. Would you discover the mystery of God? Would you discover the limit of the Almighty? Higher than heaven, what can you do? Deeper than Sheol, what can you know? Its measure is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. Should he pass by or confine, or call an assembly, who can stop him? For he knows deceitful men. When he sees iniquity, does he not discern it? A hollow man will get understanding when a wild ass is born a man. But if you direct your mind and spread forth your hands toward him, if there is iniquity with you, remove it, and do not let injustice reside in your tent. Then, free from blemish, you will hold your head high, and when in straits, be unafraid. You will then put your misery out of mind. Consider it as water that has flowed past. Life will be brighter than noon. You will shine. You will be like the morning. You will be secure, for there is hope, and entrenched. You will rest secure. You will lie down undisturbed. The great will court your favor, but the eyes of the wicked pine away. Escape is cut off from them. They have only their last breath to look forward to. Chapter 12. Then Job said in reply, "Indeed, you are the voice of the people, and wisdom will die with you. But I, innocent, a laughing stock. In the thought of the complacent there is contempt for calamity. It is ready for those whose slips. Robbers live untroubled in their tents, deuced. But ask the beasts, and they will teach you. The birds of the sky, they will tell you. Or speak to the earth, it will teach you. The fish of the sea, they will inform you. Who among all these does not know that the hands of the Lord has done this? In his hand is every soul, and the breath of all mankind. Truly the ear tests arguments, as the palate tastes foods. Is wisdom in the aged, and understanding lived? With him are wisdom and courage, his are counsel and understanding. Whatever he tears down cannot be rebuilt. Whomever he imprisons cannot be set free. When he holds back the waters, they dry up. When he lets them loose, they tear up the land. With him are strength and resourcefulness. Erring and causing to err from him. He makes counselors go about naked and causes judges to go mad. Does the belts of kings and fastens loincloths on them. He makes priests go about naked and leads temple servants astray. He deprives trusty men of speech and takes away the reason of elders. He pours disgrace upon men and loosens the belt of the mighty. He draws mysteries out of the darkness and brings obscurity. He exalts nations, then destroys them. He expands nations, then leads them away. He deranges the leaders of the people, then makes them wander in a trackless waste. They grope without light in the darkness. He makes them wander as if drunk. Chapter 13. My eye has seen all this. My ear has heard and understood it. What you know, I know also. I am not less than you. Indeed, I would speak to the Almighty. I insist on arguing with God, but you invest lies. All of you are quacks. If you would only keep quiet, it would be considered wisdom on your part. Hear now my arguments. Listen to my pleading. Will you speak unjustly on God's behalf? Will you speak deceitfully for him? Will you be partial toward him? Will you plead God's cause? Will it go well when he examines you? Will you fool him as one fools men? He will surely reprove you. If in your heart you are partial toward him, and his threat will terrify you, and his fear will seize you. Your briefs are empty platitudes. Your responses are unsubstantial. Keep quiet, I will have my say. Come what may upon me, how long I will take my flesh in my teeth. I will take my life in my hands. He may well slay me. I may have no hope, yet I will argue my case before him. In this too is my salvation, that no impious man can come into his presence. Listen close to my words, give ear to my discourse. See now, I have prepared a case. I know that I will win it, for who is it that would challenge me? I should then keep silent and expire. But two things do not do to me, so that I need not hide from you. Remove your hand from me, and let not your terror frighten me. Then summon me, and I will respond. Or I will speak, and you reply to me. How many of my iniquities and sins? Advise me of my transgression and sin. Why do you hide your face and treat me like an enemy? Will you harass a driven leaf? Will you pursue dried up straw, that you decree for me bitter things, and make me answer for the iniquities of my youth, that you put my feet in the stocks and watch all my ways, hemming in my footsteps? Man wastes away like a rotten thing, like a garment eaten by moths. Chapter 14. Man born of woman is short-lived and sated with trouble. He blossoms like a flower and withers. He vanishes like a shadow and does not endure. Do you fix your gaze on such a one? Will you go to law with me? Who can produce a clean thing out of an unclean one? No one. His days are determined. You know the number of his months. You have set limits that he cannot pass. Turn away from him, that he may be at ease until like a hireling he finishes out his day. There is hope for a tree. If it is cut down, it will renew itself. Its shoots will not cease if its roots are old in the earth, and its stump dies in the ground. At the scent of water it will bud and produce branches like a sapling. But mortals languish and die. Man expires. Where is he? The waters of the sea fail, and the river dries up and is parched. So man lies down never to rise. He will awake only when the heavens are no more, only then be aroused from his sleep. Oh, that you would hide me in Sheol, conceal me until your anger passes, set me a fixed time to attend to me. If a man dies, how can he live again? All the time of my service I wait until my replacement comes. You would call and I would answer you. You would set your heart on your handiwork. Then you would not count my steps or keep watch over my sin. My transgression would be sealed up in a pouch. You would coat over my iniquity. Mountains collapse and crumble. Rocks are dislodged from their place. Water wears away stone. Torrents wash away earth. So you destroy man's hope. You overpower him forever, and he perishes. You alter his visage and dispatch him. His sons attain honor, and he does not know it. They are humbled, and he is not aware of it. He feels only the pain of his flesh, and his spirit mourns in him. Chapter 15. Eliphaz the Temanite said in reply, does a wise man answer with windy opinions and fill his belly with the east wind? Should he argue with useless talk with words that are of no worth? You subvert piety and restrain prayer to God. Your sinfulness dictates your speech, so you choose crafty language. Your own mouth condemns you, not I. Your lips testify against you. Were you the first man born? Were you created before the hills? Have you listened in on the counsel of God? Have you stole possession of wisdom? What do you know that we do not know, or understand that we do not? Among us are gray-haired old men, older by far than your father. Are God's consolations not enough for you, and his gentle words toward you? How your heart has carried you away, how your eyes have failed you, that you could vent your anger on God, and let such words out of your mouth. What is man that he can be cleared of guilt, one born of a woman that he be in the right? He puts no trust in his holy ones. The heavens are not guiltless in his sight. What then of one loathsome and foul man who drinks wrongdoing like water? I will hold forth, listen to me. What I have seen I will declare, that which wise men have transmitted from their fathers, and have not withheld, to whom alone the land was given, no stranger passing among them. The wicked man rides in torment all his days. Few years are reserved for the ruthless. Frightening sounds fill his ears. When he is at ease, a robber falls upon him. He is never sure when he will come back from the dark. A sword stares him in the face. He wanders about for bread. Where is it? He knows that the day of darkness has been ready for him. Troubles terrify him. Anxiety overpowers him. Like a king expecting a siege, for he has raised his arm against God and played the hero against the Almighty. He runs at him defiantly with his thickly bossed shield. His face is covered with fat and his loins with blubber. He dwells in cities doomed to ruin, in houses that shall not be lived in, that are destined to become heaps of rubble. He will not be rich. His wealth will not endure. His produce shall not bend to the earth. He will never get away from the darkness. Flames will sear his shoots. He will pass away by the breath of his mouth. He will not be trusted. He will be misled by falsehood, and falsehood will be his recompense. He will wither before his time, his boughs never having flourished. He will drop his unripe grapes like a vine. He will shed his blossoms like an olive tree. For the company of the impious is desolate. Fire consumes the tents of the briber, for they have conceived mischief, given birth to evil, and their womb has produced deceit. Chapter 16. Job said in reply, I have often heard such things. You are all mischievous comforters. Have windy words no limit? What afflicts you that you speak on? I would also talk like you. If you were in my place, I would barrage you with my words. I would wag my head over you. I would encourage you with words. My moving lips would bring relief. If I speak, my pain will not be relieved. And if I do not, what have I lost? Now he has truly worn me out. You have destroyed my whole community. You have shriveled me. My gauntness serves as a witness and testifies against me. In his anger, he tears and persecutes me. He gnashes his teeth at me. My foe stabs me with his eyes. They open wide their mouths at me, reviling me. They strike my cheeks. They inflame themselves against me. God hands me over to an evil man, thrusts me into the clutches of the wicked. I had been untroubled, and he broke me in pieces. He took me by the scruff and shattered me. He set me up as his target. His bowmen surround me. He pierced my kidneys. He showed no mercy. He spilled my bile onto the ground. He breached me, breach after breach. He rushed at me like a warrior. I sewed sackcloth over my skin. I buried my glory in the dust. My face is red with weeping. Darkness covers my eyes, for no injustice on my part, and for the purity of my prayer. Earth, do not cover my blood. Let there be no resting place for my outcry. Surely now my witness is in heaven. He who can testify for me is on high. Oh, my advocates, my fellows, before God my eyes shed tears. Let him arbitrate between a man and God, as between a man and his fellow. For a few more years will pass, and I shall go the way of no return. Wow, that's powerful. All right. Okay. And tomorrow, starting at chapter 17, we'll keep on going. And yeah. And so everybody stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Do everything you can to stay in good physical condition, because you never know. You never know when the adversary is going to get a chance at you. You know. Yeah. Boy, oh boy, what a time we live in, eh? And remember, I'll be popping into the description the permanent and constant link to Discord. So if you want to join, we would love it for you to join. Hello, Scott, and hello, Chad and Jim. Glad you're here. Psycho, Schizo Madcap, hello, hello, and and what is it? Idaho. I gotta admit, I must admit, there is a part of my mind that's like, maybe I should check out Idaho first. First, start there, and maybe not try to go way across country. Start in Idaho, and because from what I gather, that's a good way of getting used to a bit more intemperate winters. But yeah, like the southern end of Idaho or something like that. That's and that's the other thing, is I just don't know much about the state, so I should look up some of these various channels that talk about the various states and 10 best places to go and stuff like that. But yeah, so I gotta admit, I do like the way that the phrasing is in here. That's why I chose the Jewish Study Bible. I really like the way the phrasing is. The Boise, Boise, I've heard is good. It's just at the moment, maybe in 2 years, it'll settle down. At the moment, apparently, it's like the place that people are going. It's like where everybody's buying houses. So apparently, over about the last year, the rentals have, renting and all that has like shot through the roof. Um, oh, and oh, okay, yeah, feline leukemia. Yes, yes, I've heard. That comes up a lot here because there's a lot of cat moms in this kind of area. It's a blue enclave. A lot of meow 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 meow. As Kevin Samuels would say. All right, so okay, everybody, take care. Have a good night and have a great weekend. See you tomorrow.